Hello everybody and welcome. Let's have a look back over the race. The problems for Supercut Sahara exacerbated the start. Rensato wheel spin off the start of his debut race, and it opened the door for the fast starting Ryo Hirakawa. Giuliano Alesi very nearly collecting the pole sitter. Then Otsu just getting a little bit too close to Rensato. Sato coming around. But then the battle raged between Fenestraz and Hirakawa earlier on, and they both took their moments. Fenestraz passing Hirakawa, and then the Japanese driver retaliating a little later on to claim back the lead. Through the pit stops, he ended up behind Tomoki Nojiri, but the way in which he fought back was absolutely sensational. Nojiri, the master strategist, getting himself into the lead of the race, but from that moment on, it was game on, Jamie.
Certainly was. I mean, what fantastic action we saw today. I think one of the best, arguably better than any of the races last year. I think last year wasn't really, certainly the Fuji opener was much more straightforward for Nojiri, and there weren't too many amazing battles like that. I think that was a really, really good way to start the season. And I think I'm looking forward to some more of that same action tomorrow.
More woes for Supercut Sahara on the grid again as he doesn't get away. They're going to have to fix that for 2 weeks' time. But a great start from Nojiri, a good one from Rotoma Miyata, and yet again, Ryo Hirakawa, great firepower off the grid. Who knows how well he could have done in this race had he not been held up at the start of the race. Kamui Kobayashi managed to get through, and he provided so much drama. This was the first big scalp. Matsushita missing his braking point completely, and it was Daisuke Makino that came off the road as a result. Sekiguchi actually going off onto the grass there. Impressive that he then came back to P6 after all that. Big spin twice for Sasha Fenestraz. That ruined his race and put him down at the back. But the race battles came thick and fast. Ryo Hirakawa establishing himself after his move on Kenta Yamashita. And there were more great races in the race battle to come. Once Ryo Hirakawa made his pit stop, it really was a euphoric battle. Tomoki Nojiri had to respond, and after that, it was just a case of keeping each other even Steven. But Hirakawa's move on Rito Miyata to claim second place, an absolute corker of a move around the outside of the previous lap. But these two gave us such entertainment. Supercut Sasahara and Kamui Kobayashi even banging wheels as they raced wheel to wheel. They managed to get the last 2 points paying positions between them, and they demonstrated just how exciting Super Formula is going to be in 2022. Ryo Hirakawa picked up the win yesterday for Team Impel, but today it's Team Mugen who are victorious with reigning champion Tomoki Nojiri. 2 points between them in the title fight, 2 weeks to go to the next race. Bring it on! So let's look at how it all unfolded. Kenta Yamashita almost out-dragged Tomoki Nojiri to the first corner here at Suzuka. A tricky start in wet conditions, but everybody held themselves together admirably, and Nojiri led the field, with Kenta Yamashita ahead of Tatsuki Makino through the first corner. Setting out into the distance, Tomoki Nojiri pulling away and building a gap. Obviously, what he needed to do to extend his chances of victory. Then came Tatsuki Makino round the outside of Kenta Yamashita, whose tyres started to fall away, but he wasn't the only one who managed to get through in the end. Ryo Hirakawa in damage limitation mode, making his way through several contenders from Yamamoto all the way up to what eventually ended up as P7. Kamui Kobayashi battled with his teammate Yuji Kunamoto. It was Kobayashi that eventually managed to get ahead and pull clear. But Ryo Hirakawa was definitely in fighting mode. Managed to pull off some spectacular moves, including this one at the final chicane, leaving nothing to chance. He's definitely still in the title fight, even after a difficult result. Great battles in the midfield. Otsu and Oyu gave us plenty of drama in the middle of the battle. And the Dandelion crew can be happy with their result. But once Nobuharu Matsushita started to deal with Tadasuke Makino, it was clear he had a winning car underneath him. Managed to get the run into second position after some great battles. He certainly had to work for it, did Nobuharu Matsushita. But once he had the confidence in the car, he managed to find the move into second place with a few laps to go. And then he set off after Tomoki Najiri. That fired him up, gave him a little bit of attack in his belly, and he charged after Tomoki Najiri. And the championship leader had very little he could do about the sustaining pressure from the wild Nobuharu Matsushita. The move around the outside, similar to that of Kimi Raikkonen in Formula 1 back in 2005. And what a victory from Nobuharu Matsushita to claim his best win in Super Formula and the BMAX Racing team's first. Let's race on Automobilis! Good start from Tomoki Najiri. Perfect getting away from Tadasuke Makino. Not a great start from Miyata. He's going to have pressure from Sasahara. And the two cars going off. Two cars going off on the first lap. That is one of the Nakajima cars. That's the 65. Chance. Makino trying to squeeze in, but it's too late. Hirakawa's got him. To go through the dust cloud. Oh goodness me, that looks like Kobayashi's lost it on his own. Ryo Hirakawa is about to come through after what can only be described as a spectacular race drive, even for him. Out of a final turn, Ryo Hirakawa from 8th to the victory, wins at Automobilis in 2022. So let's look back over the highlights. A great start from Sasha Benestraz. It wasn't exactly where the race was won. It was definitely a good determining factor. He made his way through in the first corner. Kenta Yamashita trying to stay out of harm's way. Little tap from Yamamoto, but it put Yamashita out of the race and brought out the safety car, which would prove crucial. Time ticked down, laps ticked down, and even on the restart, we thought we were in for a bit of a showcase as Najiri was under pressure. But it was this moment from Matsushita into the barriers, backwards, that brought out another safety car. So, as we ticked into the pit stop window, it became about pitting early. Benestraz, Oyu, and Hirakawa, Najiri I should say, all deciding to pit very early on, and they got into the positions that they would retain throughout the entirety of the race. But the gamblers out in front, Mitsuno Miyata trying to gap the field and pit as best as he could. Sadly, it would come to nothing. His pit stop not enough to get him back out into a decent position, and he would lose ground and drop behind Makino in the final reckoning. But Makino would come out in 4th place in front of his teammate Hiroki Otsu. Sasha Benestraz then taking his first win and making this a 3-way title fight here at Sportsman Sugo. After the agony of the last 2 years, it's game on for Kondo Racing, and for Sasha Benestraz, he's a title contender for the rest